or a toxic landfill. So if you were to drop a vaccine at a vaccine clinic onto the floor,
Oh, are we? Is that why there's no sound? Oh, okay. We got some sound. All right. We got some sound. We in there. All right. Let's get back into this game. We're out. This is schedule one. This is so much fun. Let's resume this. I don't remember what I was doing. It's daytime. I probably have to buy some more baggies. Uh, yeah, probably have to buy some more baggies. Let's see what this lady. What are you doing? What's up? Oh, I can't. Of course, you have to buy something. You're smoking right now. What are you smoking? Can I interest you in some free sample? No cops around. Ah, heck yeah. We got Beth. We got Beth. Who's this guy? I'm pretty sure I've served him before. Let's look at the map. Let's see where everybody is. Oh, let's go to that guy. Who's that guy way in the corner? Let me buy some baggies here. We'll stop by the warehouse, the room to see where we're at. Where are we at here? We need baggies, right? Let's do 60 baggies. Anything else I need? A soil pour. When activated, we will fill the adjacent pot or grow tent with soil. Oh, I have to get into that. I have a whole space mixing station. I need to look at this one. Alright, so I got my baggies. Let's go over to the spot real quick and see what we're doing here. See if the homie. Oh, you haven't gotten paid today, have you? Jeez Louise. Of course. And make sure this dude gets paid his little measly $200 so he gets back to work. Nobody's cleaning? What's going on in here? Oh yeah, now you wanna work, right? You turd. Oh, get out of the way. Alright, give me these. I feel like production is slower with him. I don't know. Let's get this going real quick. Pack is up. This is Granddaddy Purple, if y'all didn't know. Get in there. Get in there. I think that my next purchase is gonna be an auto packer. I think that's what it's called. But honestly, I need more room. I need to find out how to get a bigger space. Alright, so I'm gonna put these on here. Put these baggies in here too. Oh. Okay, let's go bag these up real quick. Bag these up. And then we'll come back and we'll clean. Oh, there's cops outside here. Shh, stay quiet. We don't want the coppers to know what we're doing in here. The door is wide open, so they should be able to smell it, but they're not that smart, so we're good. We don't want them to give us a random pat down either. Let's go. Alright. Let's get that in here. Let's straight to 20 for the 8. I'll take that. Okay, cool. Alright, he got paid. Oh, he did it off me. And I don't need trash bags on me, but we'll keep them on here. Let's see. Okay. You got enough seeds. Let's see real quick. House, business. Oh, the stash. Do I have to pay off my... I think I forgot to pay off my debt. Hold on. Gotta go back and pay off the debt. Oh, it's turning nighttime soon. It's turning nighttime soon. They're gonna be on me. I wonder if you drive in a car, if they'll still get you for being out late. Oh no, sorry guys, I didn't mean to come in here. I meant to do nefarious things. You owe 354. Oops. 350. We'll just give you 4 now. And the rest will come out next time. As a matter of fact, oh, hi Doug. Oh, you need something? Oh, what a fiend. He's over here fiending for some bud. Hey. Let me tell the homie that I need more seeds. I need to order a dead drop. Get some Granddaddy Perps in here. Place order. I want to pay off my debt because I like to pay it off right away. 404. That's half my money. Yeah. Oh, dang. These people are on me now. Hold on. 190 for... Yeah, you know what? That's a deal. I can mess with that deal. 190. Let's do it right now. Where we at? Flex bar. It's right here. Right around the corner. There we go. Let's go back. Let's go to here with it. There you go. Is it 3? Baby boy. Who else wanted something? Counter offer, you're gonna pay 80 for it. Scheduled deal, we'll do it in the morning. Nice, Bud's Bar. You, the next person, you need what? 2 for 145 counter offer. You're gonna pay 170 for trying to lowball me. Yeah, how about that? Wharf west of the warehouse. Oh, it's curfew. Oh, it's curfew time. You're gonna be on me. Run. Spaghetti and meatballs. Run. Should I just sleep until morning? I'm just gonna sleep until morning. That job's gonna be done soon. Can I change this to 6 a.m.? No, I can't. How do you do all that? We play. I don't. Kim, I hate Fortnite. I hate it. I'm not gonna buy it on computer. I'm on my computer right now. I hate Fortnite. It's the worst game ever. We gotta go. Oh, behind Gasmore. Okay. So there's Bud's Bar. I have to go to the bar real quick and get this, sell these drogas. Me and Coda play Fortnite. Ew. So lame. Fortnite's the worst. Excuse me. Alright, here you go. How much do you need? 1, 2, 1. There you go, baby. Here's your 1. Let me go to the wharf real quick so I can, hopefully I can get there in time because my guy is so slow. It looks like Roblox plays. This game is so much fun. It's called Schedule 1. You get to be a dealer of illicit substances. So right now, I just have weed, but soon I can upgrade to like meth, shabu, and other stuff. It's so funny. And I can beat people up. Let me talk to this. Hey, you want a free sample here? Yeah, a little bit of that. Huh? Tell me what you think about that. You call me. You call me, baby, if you need some more. Yeah, customer unlocked. You see that? I'm a natural. What's up, big dog? You need 2, right? There you go. Here you go, Trent. Yeah, you saw that, right? They're not gonna say no to me. Where am I? Where am I? I don't even know where I am. Oh, right there. Where's that gas mark, please? It's to the right. Oh, yeah. I'll have to go down this road. Looks like a real situation in the U.S. It's a real situation all over the world. Drug dealers do this everywhere. Where's the... not there. Potato... oh, here we go. Here's a little stash spot. Now I got my weed seeds. Yeah. Now I got my weed seeds. I can go back home. Oh, coppers. F the po-po. I'm an old cop. Run! He's looking at you. Who are you? You didn't even want to buy nothing from me. But they don't give free samples. Yes, they do. You don't know what you're talking about, lady. I've given so many free samples before. You got to get them hooked. How else you going to get them in if they don't know that you got? And if you got some good stuff, then you're taking a small loss for a big gain. You want the customer. You don't care about a little bit. You lose $10 in product, but guess what? You're gaining a customer that's gonna spend hundreds or thousands of dollars with you. Big brain McFrain. What up, Micro Fry? You see, Kim, Micro Fry, he plays a game, or he used to play a game called PUBG, and that's what Fortnite was copied from. He's a professional. That's the guy right there. If you want to learn how to play the best, that's the guy. This is just me laundering some money from my business. Oh, you used to play PUBG too? It's way better than Fortnite. Why do you play Fortnite? I'm washed up. No, you're not. You're a freaking professionale. You're the illest of the ill. Jeffrey, you seen this game yet? It's called Schedule 1. And you're just you're a dealer of drogas. Let me go back to the spot. I need more buds. I don't got any more buds on me. See, I'm a low-level crim. I'm a low-level... Oh, I'm invested. Nobody told you to buy skins. That's what you get. Now you're stuck on a poop game. Spending so much money on a poop game for poop. Poop, 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 poop. Right now I'm stuck on the buds, but soon it'll be meth. And hopefully some crack. Oh, it's fun. And it's only like $15. So it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not a bad game. Oh, this guy, did I have to pay him again? Did I not pay him? This guy, he's getting on my last nerve. Dang, $200, bro. Every time. Yeah, there goes your daily wage. You don't even clean up after yourself. Look at this mess. Look at this freaking mess. I need to hire someone just to clean up the garbage in here? Gosh, you're messy. Oh my goodness. This guy is so... Look at my apartment's filthy. Jeez. There's just crap everywhere. Oh my gosh. This guy does not know how to clean up after himself. I don't know why I'm paying you so much when you don't even do most of your job. Most of your job is cleaning, big dog. Not growing. He is a hoarder, right? Jesus. Come on. These leaves, for some reason, we should be like composting the leaves or something, get money back somehow. I've yet to beat anybody up with this bat. I'm itching to beat somebody up with the bat, but I don't want to kill any of my custies by mistake. Because if they leave forever, if you kill them, then like, that's money out your pocket. Hopefully there's a rival gang here. As a matter of fact, as soon as you get to this town, the rival gang or whatever, they blow up your RV. Because you start off with the RV, and then they blow that bitch up, which is really sad, because there goes your home and your car. So you got to live out of a motel until you make enough money. Yeah, the good thing about it is that they pay you for your trash. So after you saw me throw them outside, okay, that's not full yet, but you saw me throw my garbage outside and just pick it up. Go over there. Open this, throw it in there, and then they pay you like $20 for 2 bags. Bada bing, $19. You're bothered? Yeah, I don't like littering either. See, look at all this garbage on there. I was littering everywhere. This guy's in his panties. What up, guy? He's obviously out of his mind. Oh, this is my dealer guy. This is the guy that sells drugs for me. He's my worker. He calls me boss. Yeah, let me get some money, big dog. You got stuff on you? Oh yeah, you're good. You're full up. Go ahead, keep it moving. Oh, I can't give him a sample. Oh, I caught you doing deals, baby. I got you. All right, I got $9,600. Let's go to the warehouse real quick and see if I can expand my empire. Because six appliances is enough. Can I actually build in this warehouse? Like put my own stuff in here? Oh, there's a cop. Fuck the police. Yeah, keep walking. Get in here. Oh, I can only go in after 6 p.m. It's about to be 6 p.m. Oh, did someone text me? Damn, a bunch of people texted me. I can pay $275 for... Let's do $350 for 6 grams of purple Granddaddy Perth. That's what I thought. Let's do nighttime. The gun range. Oh, shice. I don't know where that is. 2 counter offer, 170, and then you could go in the morning. We'll go in the morning. Who else? My drop is ready. That's gas fire. Okay, we're done with that. I need to go get some buds. Where am I? Alright, cool. Behind Highland Range. I'm not sure where that is. But I'm just going to take some buds off my homie here. If he's home. Are you home? Yeah, let me get some of this. You know what? We'll just take all 9 of these. Thanks. And then Highland Range. I've never been there before. So we got to see where that is. Oh, we're close. So the range is right here, I'm assuming. Oh, this is the range. How many is it? 6? Cool. There you go, bud. You're welcome. Got a quick little 350. Oh, shit, the coppers. Jeez Louise. There we go. Just walk around. Where was I going? Oh, to the warehouse. Gotta see if we can't, Oh, hey. Where are you? Downtown region must be unlocked. Okay. I get it. Alright, so let's go over here. Oh, Benji. I love Benji. He works hard. He only takes 20%, which is amazing. But it's better. I mean, back in my day when I was a young hoodlum, it was like mostly you were lucky to make 20%. Usually you were making like 10%. So you had to sell 10 bags to make $10, which usually you could do that in like a couple of hours. But still, it's less money. So is this for me? Can I build my stuff here? Oh, I gotta Google this because I need to know. Can I grow weed in the warehouse? Schedule 1. Jesus. Game. What? I don't want a mixing guide. I just need to know. It doesn't say. Alright, so I don't think I don't know. Maybe I can. I don't know if I can or I can't. I don't know. What does this guy sell?
I don't know.
Suspension rack. Air pot. Fancy low fabric pot that keeps fruit ventilated. Boosts plants growth speed by 15%. But also increases moisture strain by 30%. Lab oven. It's 240, baby. Sick. $80. Morning. Nice. Jeez Louise. Another one? Counter offer. 300 for the GDP. Alright, so should I hire another guy? Oh, I could get a gun. Should I hire another guy to clean my house? Or maybe another botanist? What can we do? What is it? Cleaner. Handler, packaging, moving items. Chemist. Oh man, I don't know what to do. Not yet, not yet. Not yet, not yet. Let's go home and pack some. Let's pack some buds. Oof, I almost got caught. Ooh. Let's go home, pack some buds, and then we'll come back and pay the guy. We'll pay the guy again. Just to make sure he isn't crying. What up, Scotty Mo? Fat Dragon Chinese Restaurant. That's a great name for a Chinese restaurant. Fat Dragon. It really is. Why can't I? Doesn't matter. Give me those. I picked the wrong rack, but that's alright. Just do it myself. That's what I get for picking the wrong rack. Oh, the coppers are outside. Bro, it's 160. I'm gonna charge you 170 for trying to lowball me. Excuse me. So I need. I'm gonna take like 10 of me just in case. I'll go to sleep. Go ahead and go to sleep. And then we're gonna start our next moves. Real quick map, where's the closest? Yeah, it's to the left. I'ma get the I'ma get the Oh, you? There's one? That's it. We in there. I need a car. That might be my next purchase. What you want? Making money early in the morning. Remember the bridge? Yes, they are. This guy, you were fiending the other day, weren't you, Keith? Fiend. See, homeboy's talking about, oh, he's out hustling, huh? Oh, you want to buy nothing? Come on, guy. Oh, here we go, Joyce. Okay, how about we do 4 for 320? Get out of here, then. I don't know how to expand my... What mission goals do I have? Oh, I can get deliveries? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, there's a delivery for you. Damn. Hotel room. That's cool. Yes. Oh. Make it 320 and you got a deal. Next to the barber shop. Come, cracking him over the head, Doug. 4 grams for 320, baby. You can't go wrong with going with me. Oh, Peter's always late. Like, always late. One time he didn't even show up. I was so mad. Let's go, Pete. Where you at? Oh, you. Hold on. Do you want a free sample? Hey, lady, don't run away. No, damn. Nice, I got another custody. Finally, Peter. There's cops around, so you gotta be careful, dog. Cracking him over the head. 4 grams for 320. Stop playing with me. This dude's always high. What up, Boston? Alright. Let's see if I can catch Benji. I'm gonna have to buy a whip soon. Can't be rolling around like this. Thank you. Oh, no, I didn't mean to punch you. Dang, he sliced me quick. Ah! He caught up. He's so fast. Help me. Ah! Fuck you, Benji. I didn't mean to punch you. God damn. What a jerk. So angry. Relax, big dog. I just punched you. You don't have to pull a knife out on me and slice me up. Alright, I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to reload. Because he's mad at me. So angry with me. Go home, bro. You're good, bro. Do your thing. I didn't mean to punch you. I'm sorry. Man. Dude went off on me. I'm gonna buy a gun and then I'm gonna pop some pigs. See what happens. Oh, don't have any more baggies? Come on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We do 100 baggies. We have a whole weed empire here. I don't even need to do a lot of what needs to be a lot of stuff at all. Really, nothing. So what do you get in here? Let me make sure he has no more. What is? Oh, he has no more soil. Son of a gun. Damn. Of course he has no more soil. I wasn't paying attention. What a dumb. This is my life. You get there before it closes. Buy some more after this. Soil. Money. Whoa, whoa, my guy. Relax. Come on. No, thank you. I don't see how the other soils are even like worth it, because it's $10 for one soil. One soil gets you one grow. It's $30 for a soil that'll get you two grows, which I don't see the math ain't mathing for me there. Then I need to switch this around. Wonder if he'll grab it from there. What was I saying? So it's $10 for one soil, one grow, right? It's $30 for a soil that'll get you two grows, and then $60 for one soil that'll get you three grows. So you're losing out. Yeah, you're saving space or whatever, but it's not worth it in the long run. You're losing out on so much money. It's crazy. Why would I do that? I'd rather just take up the space, go to the store more often, and freaking get my shit. Get my full monies. Get in there. I hear the coppers. I hear those coppers coming. I hear them out the door. The heck? That's lame. Don't flag me for nothing. You're being so lame. This is a video game. Stop it. Ridiculous, man. Can't stream if you're gonna be a little weenie wee. Oh, get out of my way. Oh, what's happening? Let me go fill Benji up. It's sounding crazy. Pause. Benji has to re-up soon. So I gotta keep them full. Bengino, give me the money, and then here's some stuff. Oh yeah, you were almost gone, so don't worry, baby boy. Keep you full up, big dog. Listen, how about I give you 3 grams of the Granddaddy Perps for $2.40. How about that? Oh, look elsewhere. That's fine by me, girl. You ain't gonna make money off me. But I sure will make money off you. You pay $160, you have a deal. Morning. Church head is fine by me. Jeez, Mick. I have a counter offer for you. There you go. We'll do 300, and I'll give you 5 grams of Granddaddy Bourbon. Let's go. Beautiful. Let's go. So messy in here. Hey, you're not working fast enough, bud. Let's go. Hurry up. That we have enough. Think, see if I can fit some more plants in here. I mean, I don't use the mixing station. Counter offer 170 for lowballing me. Scram them, buddy. Trent. Who was that? Keith? Scram them, buddy. You look like a fiend, bud. Those are growing. Everything's packed. I'm waiting for a call about my seeds. Oh, yeah. So, alright. What else? Sleep. Wake up. Yeah. Peddler 2, baby. Take it to Benji. Benji bar construction. I'm gonna take like a whole stack of 20. Select that drop at skate park. Oh, nice. Was it 5? Yada 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 yada. Go to the laundromat and launder this moolah real quick. And then from there, oh no, first we're gonna hit the skate park. First, we're gonna hit the skate park. Then after the skate park, we're going to skate park, get the seeds. Then we're gonna go launder the money. At the laundromat, which is funny. Laundering money in the laundromat. And then so I'm basically doing all this until I have 20,000 of clean money. Once I have $20,000 of clean money, then I'm gonna buy a hoopty, and then maybe another business. Or try to upgrade to do something else. Alright, cool. We're in there. You guys launder up. I got the seeds. Let me go pay for these seeds. And then I'm gonna order more. Pay for those. And then I'm gonna buy more soil. Pay for that. Like, I see what they're doing with the soil, like being so expensive for the longer lasting one. It's saving you space, but dang, 6 and 4. I got that. How about you pay $280 for 4 grams of Granddaddy Perps? Seem fair? Oh, okay, square. How about for 6 grams of Granddaddy, or for 4 grams of Granddaddy Perp, you pay $275? Oh, okay. Fuck you. Let me go buy some more soil. Yeah, we get 20 of these. Not gonna fit 30. There it is. It's too silent. I'm gonna have to listen to this podcast because
The hazmat guys would come actual pathology, so it basically means inflammation of the gray matter of your spinal cord. That's what polio in Greek, poliomyelitis. It means gray matter inflammation, poliomyelitis. Poliomyelitis is what happens in the body. Okay, if you want to talk about what causes it, then okay, maybe in some cases a poliovirus causes it. And all the other things we just mentioned, arsenic, lead arsenate, calcium arsenate, injections, tonsillectomies were a huge cause of some of the worst cases of poliomyelitis. And in fact, injections and tonsillectomies and unnecessary surgeries were put on hold during the years where the epidemics were the worst. So that's just proof that even the surgeons knew that.
Why does it affect it?
Okay, so if you happen to have poliomyelitis circulating in your body that's not just sitting in your intestines and say it made its way into your body, because things can go from your intestines into your body, and you happen to have it close to a nerve that's up, say, around your throat, and then you go and take the tonsils out, then what you've done is you've given that access to the blood compartment, the lymph compartment, and the brain stem, which is right there, local. So those are the people that would get what was called bulbar polio, which is the ones that put you on a ventilator, and it's highly lethal. It's the worst kind of polio to get, bulbar polio. And it was very well known to have been coincident with tonsillectomies. Not only that, but tonsillectomies changed the structure and antibodies and the immunity that occurred in the throat, and it changed it for the worse, not for the better.
Do you think they're unnecessary? Or is there some times when people have to get their tonsils removed, or is it just a nonsense practice?
Okay, so again, it's not just a cut and dry answer, because let's just say that anyone who's ever brought their child to me because their tonsils were touching or they were snoring has not had to have a tonsillectomy. Now, does that mean that a tonsillectomy won't solve that problem where you're snoring and your kid's maybe not oxygenating? No, if you let it go that long, probably you're going to need a tonsillectomy. But I've seen so many cases reverse. It's a very easy thing to do, but as doctors, we're not taught about all the things that you were talking about earlier, the natural remedies, but just simply gargling with a solution of sodium ascorbate, vitamin C, can make a huge difference, because tonsils they're like porous golf balls, if you want to think of them that way. They got pits in them, and so food you eat and bacteria and pus can build up. But if you just start rinsing the outsides of them and start nourishing the body from the inside and getting rid of things that the kid might be allergic to, which almost every kid's going to eat if your parent doesn't know better, it can make a remarkable difference in these kids that have these huge tonsils. So I think that I think everything else should be done first before taking out the tonsils if there's time, because I'd say 95 to 99% of the time you can prevent that child from needing their tonsils removed.
Before we go to smallpox, I want to talk about this because you just brought it up. One of the things that Brett Weinstein has explained to me is that aluminum is the concept is that giving someone a shot with aluminum in it and triggering an immune response, if they're eating certain foods during that time, they could then develop an allergy to those foods, like certain people with peanuts and various things like that used to be very common for people to eat, but then a bunch of people developed like pretty severe food allergies. And he makes this connection that he believes it's a reasonable connection to say that there's something.
Absolutely. Oh, 100%. And it's not just something he's dreamed up. Again, provable medical literature in the book, Dissolving Illusions. The physiology, the pathology is known. It's very well known that the vaccines that have aluminum in them skew the immune system. So the immune system kind of, just if you want to break it down just really simply, you have your Th1 arm and your Th2 arm. Your Th1 arm is your really important one. Those are your T cells, your lymphocytes, the cells that chew up any garbage that's going around. That's the part you want activated in any infection you have, whether it's COVID or measles or smallpox or whatever. And then you have your Th2 arm, which is there mostly to deal with parasites and things like that, and it's mostly an antibody arm of immunity. That's the one that vaccinologists are obsessed with, making sure there's enough antibody. So the vaccines that have aluminum in them, as opposed to the live attenuated vaccines, which don't have aluminum, all the other ones do. So your DTaP is going to have aluminum in them. All your killed vaccines are going to have aluminum in them. And that is very well known to trigger that Th2 response, which is the allergic response, which can set up your body for autoimmunity. And so part of the purpose of breastfeeding, which is part of the blueprint for humanity and every other mammal, is that the mother is able to introduce antigens in the world to her baby through her own breast and things that she's been eating and breathing in, and then the baby's able to develop tolerance. So, while vaccine scientists are obsessed with getting antibodies and ramping up an infant's inadequate immune system, the fact of the matter is that it's more important to learn what not to react to when your immune system's developing, rather than to becoming defensive against every microbe that could get you. So that's kind of the paradox there, and one of the battlegrounds for immunology within immunology. And for those of us out here that are going, what are you doing here? Anyway,
you're also talking in your book about the importance of breast milk and the amount of nutrition that's in breast milk for a child and what it does for a child. And the differences in their immune system, the differences in a lot of different aspects of their development. Which is pretty fascinating. And most people kind of just assume it's food. It's just food. But it's a lot more than that.
It's so much more than that. And I was actually quite startled when I really went down that rabbit hole to see not only, it is food. It's excellent nutrition with short-chain fatty acids and sugars that the baby needs. It actually trains your gut to be healthy in the long run as an adult, which trains your immune system as well. But what that mother is putting through her breast milk, things like something called HAMLET, HAMLET, which stands for human alpha-lactalbumin made lethal to tumors. And this is a substance, this is a protein, it's like a transformer protein that can literally turn into a cancer-busting molecule that is being used by the oncology industry, okay? And when it's not in that form, it's a powerful protein that fights off pertussis, all kinds of pneumococcal bacteria. And when it's not doing that, it's food. Okay, so it's like it's got so many different purposes. Stem cells are coming through that mother's milk. Activated T cells. Activated T cells have another substance in them that is kind of hijacked by the oncology industry. And that is when they're immunosuppressing kids for leukemia or whatever, and they come in contact, say, with chicken pox, what they can do is get somebody like me who's immune to chicken pox naturally and take my memory T cells that remember that, and there's a substance in there called dialysable leukocyte extract. When you put that into another child, even if whether they eat it or inject it into them, it transfers cellular, that Th1 important arm of immunity I just told you, it transfers it onto them and protects them for a long time. So that's kind of in the old days when mothers had measles in the old days and normally, and they were able to pass this powerful immunity through that DLE factor, as well as all these other things, including preformed immune globulins. I mentioned something like 80,000 stem cells. It's just incredible. And we still have only hit the tip of the iceberg in terms of what we know about breast milk. But breast milk also, it's been proven again that if you are gonna vaccinate your baby, if you're breastfeeding, the vaccine will bring that baby more into a Th1. If you're not breastfeeding and you're giving formula, that baby's going to move more into a Th2 in response to that vaccine. So, if most women understood the powers of breast milk, they would do everything possible to be able to do it.
I think you make a very compelling point for that. I think it's arrogant that we could assume that we could replace something with have you ever read the ingredients of formula?
Yep.
Like, how could that be good?
I know. Parasites. We have parasites that have been parasites upon humanity for such a long time, and that's what happens: is that something is discovered, And for some people, maybe it can be a good idea, but then the parasites take it and want to. So when it came to breastfeeding, it was, you don't have to do that. You don't have to bother yourself like that. You don't have to pull your boobs out in public. You don't have to become a dairy cow. Just strap them down. The milk will stop, and then you can start putting this wonderful. When I was a kid, I was fed soy milk in a warm plastic bag. That was the fad then, growing up. So the formula industry is a huge moneymaker. And some women do prefer it. Fortunately, 75% of women in the USA today do initiate breastfeeding. So that's very much better than the polio days when almost nobody was breastfeeding and they were using milk in the infant formula that had been contaminated by what the cows were eating.
Oh, my God.
And so that was another part of the polio story that's not been told.
So the cows were all eating these pesticides
Yes.
and herbicides.
Yes.
And the cows were getting sick with it. And then these people were drinking the milk from that cow and getting sick as well.
Oh,
Yeah, not
Eating
the
well,
baby.
the cows wouldn't have been necessarily getting sick from it, but it would be concentrating in their milk, and so the milk would have been expressed. But you just brought me back to another place. Cows were also used during the smallpox era, and what you're saying is true about that. So they would basically take what they thought would. Sorry, it's just so dark that sometimes you have to laugh. But they would take pus from other animals, scratch it into the belly of a cow, then take the pus off of the big pimples that would form on the belly of a cow. The cow could become very sick, and yet that cow could still be butchered up at the butcher shop. The butcher would get sick with pemphigus or some hand and mouth disease, or, the things that the cows normally catch. And so those cows could still be used to produce meat in those cases. I don't know that it was used to produce milk. I don't think that would have, I don't know. But I know it was used to produce meat because the butchers were getting sick and the people that were eating the meat were getting sick. And certainly the people that took the vaccines that had certain who knows what in them, because it was shown like into the 1970s, 80s, and even recently, I have a reference from after the year 2000, that there was more bacteria and fungus in the smallpox vaccines than there was smallpox virus. So it was because they had this thing called pure lymph, which was pus that came out of the horse's foot, or a donkey's pus skin, or a cadaver of a human, or a cow's ulcerating udders, and scraped into glycerin and called pure lymph and marketed all over the world as this is the look, Joe, this was our success. This is the one vaccine that eradicated a disease. Can you believe that fairy tale? I'll tell you another one. Like that, it doesn't get crazy. This is our success. This vaccine that I had described in great detail with what was in it and what people saw under microscopes and then later tested genetically was what was called a quasi-species, meaning they don't even, after a while, it became its own thing. It wasn't from a horse anymore. It wasn't from a human anymore. They called it humanized horsepox when they genetically characterized the dry vax and then ordered that every dry vax specimen on the planet be destroyed. I think that was around 2009.
Why did they do that?
Good question. I don't know. Hiding the evidence, possibly. But they now have a new vaccine, which doesn't work. But they wanted to bring this one back when I was in the peak of my career in 2003. I got a letter on my desk stating that they needed people to get vaccinated for smallpox so that those other people that were getting vaccinated would have somebody that could treat them that would be immune to smallpox, because it's well known that if you get a smallpox vaccine and you get these horrible scabs, that you're going to spread smallpox and you're going to have a horrible itchy time of it, secondary infections. You will need a doctor at some point. Well, it turns out that the trials that they did on super healthy people, soldiers that were in top shape, were so bad in terms of cardiac disease and other diseases that the government put it on hold for a second and said, oh, no, we can't do this. Meanwhile, guess what? They were using the same vaccine in the 1700s and 1800s, late 1700s, all through the 1800s into the 1900s. They would sometimes, you probably saw the picture of the child's arm, considered a good take, 5 huge ulcers on the arm, with sanitation being what it was, no antibiotics. Can you imagine having your baby have 5 scars on its arm, ulcerating from these things, having fevers? Sometimes the arms became necrotic. Sometimes the disease spread all over the place, and there was nothing but to give them except bloodletting, mercurials, and arsenicals, and heating them up in a dark room with no sunlight. That was the treatment for smallpox. So you tell me why smallpox was so lethal.
This episode is brought to you by Farmer's Dog. It doesn't matter how old your dog is, it's always a great time to start investing in their health and happiness. And thankfully, the Farmer's Dog makes it easier than ever to feed your dog a healthy diet of real meat and veggies. Dogs prefer their food, even picky dogs, and owners prefer their service. If you have a question about your dog, your plan, your delivery, or anything else, they have 24/7 customer service that connects you to real humans who are genuinely interested in providing the best experience possible for you and your dog. They give you detailed instructions on how to transition your dog to fresh food and even pre-portion it for your dog's specific needs. Feeding your dog healthy, human-grade food shouldn't be complicated, and with the Farmer's Dog, it isn't. The entire experience from box to bowl is a breeze. So, try the Farmer's Dog today and give healthy, freshly made food a try. You can get 50% off your first box of food plus free shipping. Just go to thefarmersdog.com/Rogan. Tap the banner or visit this episode's page to learn more. Offer available for new customers only. Well, what's fascinating also is that most people aren't aware of the general public health conditions during the time of the smallpox outbreak.
That's right.
And the way people lived is almost unheard of. You wouldn't be able to imagine just the smell of human feces everywhere. Like, streets were filled with outhouses. There was animal shit in the streets. There was no sanitation. There's no running water. It's a disaster. And there's no good food. So you got malnutrition. You're exposed to numerous pathogens and just in waste. You probably have fecal matter on everything. It's probably unavoidable. It tracks in your house. It's everywhere you go.
It's your drinking water.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
drinking water was you would skim the top off for your drinking water back then. And we know that co-infections make any primary infection worse. You know, if you have measles and you get a co-infection, it makes it worse. COVID with a co-infection, anything makes it worse. You end up with, pneumonias and pus pockets in your lungs. So, yeah, thank you for that description. I don't think I could have done it much better myself.
But that was
normal.
Go watch Gangs of New York.
Yeah.
That's obviously a drama, and it's probably not completely accurate, but I bet it's pretty close.
Yeah.
I bet it's pretty close to how people lived back then.
Yeah, the slums, like you can actually, like in here, it's not all medical articles quoted. Some of the quotes that we use are historical quotes from, anthropologists that would go through the slums in New York. The Ellis Island was just bringing people in, and they would sometimes have 20 people in one room with no privy, dark, like you say, the sewage would run underneath the house, so the smell of it would be coming up through the whole time. And then you'd have them working 16 hours a day at the age of anything upwards of 4 to 5 years old could be sent to either coal mines or canneries to bring money in for the families to barely survive. So people weren't being paid very well. But you just said smallpox being what it was. But what people don't realize is that in the 1600s, late 1680s, doctors were describing smallpox as one of the easiest diseases to treat if you simply just supported the human. Again, quoted that. And then what happened is the Industrial Revolution, and people were taken with the Land Enclosure Acts out from the farms and brought into cities, which didn't have the pigs basically were the garbage men back then. So the pigs ran wild, thank God, because if they didn't, it would have been even worse. Horses were your cars, so the horses were dumping everywhere. Some people they said there was a foot of horse manure to get through to walk across the street. So it was horrible in pretty much every way you can think of, and then the human oppression on top of it in terms of the poverty that was there and the wealthy elite at the top kind of living the good life. But it was starting to filter up to them at some point, which is why it was actually individual people that sponsored the first public drinking fountains and things like that. It was probably partly to save themselves. Because if you can stop disease from running rampant through society, look, they still had to go into the cities to get things.
Right.
And even if you sent your servant into the city, your servant could bring you home something lovely from the city. Yeah.
this is not the picture that was painted when we were children of what society was like. You know?
No, we were told that this vaccine was so important and it was so effective that we don't need it anymore. I actually ended up with one when I was very young.
I think what we're talking about when we're saying the conditions, that these conditions aren't known to most people, and that these conditions coincide with these diseases, and it's probably not just a correlation.
So the conditions correlate with the diseases, and the conditions also correlate with the death rates. Okay, and so there were many of the diseases that we're talking. Say just diarrhea. Do you know diarrhea killed more people in the Civil War than bullets?
Yeah.
And lots of other wars. Diarrhea. Diarrhea can be caused by lots of things. Nothing that we vaccinate for, essentially. Today there's rotavirus, but that wasn't a thing then. It was more, typhus and things like that. So, and cholera.
Are they getting it from water?
Yeah, that's what that would have been, because they would be out, in the bush or the trenches, drinking what they could. So, redirect me again. We were just talking about the so the diseases that there were never any vaccines for, we see the death rate come down at the same exact avalanche as the diseases that we did vaccinate for. And in some cases, there's a little blip when the vaccine comes up and things get worse for a bit and then come back down. So again, the point of the book was just interpreting the data that's existed for a really long time, vital statistics throughout the world, as to the decline in death rate. In some cases, the disease rates went down too, but the most important thing was the death rate, because that's what your baby could die. You have to have a vaccine, right? It's not your baby could have a rash.
Right.
So different diseases have different severities and different solutions and different ways to treat them so that they never have to present to a hospital. But like you said, back in those days, there wasn't, the pharmacies basically had your mercurials, arsenicals, if you were lucky, some homeopathics. That was pretty much medicine back then until aspirin was invented, which was probably one of the reasons why the 1918 flu looked as bad as it did, because they were giving people up to 10 grams of aspirin a day, which can cause pulmonary edema in a healthy person. So
what was the logic behind the arsenics and the mercurials? Like, how did that become an approach that they use for medicine?
Oh, well, I don't know, actually. Don't know the answer to why they started doing that.
Those are two really bad things.
Well, I'll tell you how they prescribed it is they would say, give 1 grain until emesis occurs. That means throwing up. So give it until a person throws up, because back then they believed that if they could get you to throw up, they thought if bringing stuff out of your body was good, bloodletting, throwing up, and diarrhea. And so that's how that was the threshold for giving a lot of these drugs. So they thought, instead, how can you get someone to have diarrhea as a doctor? Okay, well, we can give them mercurials and arsenicals. That will do the trick. And so they thought that they could purge the body by doing that.
Arsenic in medicine, past, present, and future.
Yeah.
Okay. Paradoxically, as a therapeutic agent that has been used since ancient times for the treatment of multiple diseases. So does it actually cure some stuff in small doses?
What good is the cure if you have a dead patient or a patient with neuropathy? You haven't really cured anyone, have you?
Right. Well, isn't it dose dependent, right? It says arsenic trioxide, the active ingredient in traditional Chinese medicine, was shown to produce dramatic remission of acute you could say that word, ma'am.
Promyelocytic leukemia.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Similar to the
But then
effect
they decided that vitamin A could do it, okay?
Right, trans-retinoic acid. So retinoic acid, which is vitamin A?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
There
Well,
are still
I
a lot
would say
of
vitamin A is
poisons
probably
used in
less
oncology.
risky than
What's that?
I'd say it's less risky for vitamin A than
Yeah, a little bit.
arsenic.
I mean,
But
that's
is it a
probably
different
slightly
kind
different.
of arsenic? Slightly different kind of arsenic,
Well,
or a lower dose of arsenic? Is that?
They measured things in grains back then, so I guess that's probably maybe a milligram, something like that.
But the Chinese medicine's probably the root of it, right? Why they thought it was medicine.
Could be. But
And maybe they used the wrong arsenic, or that's possible.
I guess you start trying the things that you have, right?
Mercury's a crazy one, though. Haven't they known that's poison forever? Like,
Wasn't it Quicksilver though? Wasn't it in the same thing or no?
I don't know.
It's a fascinating metal because it's
We used to talk
liquid.
about
It's a
it all the
liquid
time.
metal, and a lot
Yeah.
of people played with it when they were kids. I know some of the smartest people I know talk about how they played with the mercury ball when they were little.
Yikes.
And it's in thermometers, and obviously it works quite well. There's a use for mercury, but the reason that it's put into the it was actually in the MMR vaccines and some of the flu vaccines, is because it's an antimicrobial. It'll kill everything. So maybe that was part of that, because it will kill everything. It will kill the microbes in a petri dish. So in order to, because this is one of the realities of vaccine manufacture, which I want your audience to understand, is that vaccines, while it might look like just a clear liquid, in order to make a vaccine, you have to have either a cow that you put ulcers on and scrape the pus off, or you can evolve it as it had evolved to maybe getting some tumorous cells that came out of a Cocker Spaniel's kidney, or monkey balls, or monkey kidneys, and you plate those cells out, and then you inoculate it with what you want to grow to put in your vaccine later. But in order to keep those cells alive, you have to put animal blood on it, you have to put different nutrients on top of it, you have to put antibiotics, kanamycin, things like that related to the COVID. Here, mercury. Okay, so in the end, you can make sure when you have your final product that if you put a little bit of mercury in there, that it's less likely for any of the fungus or the spores or the bacteria or the adventitious viruses that you didn't know about that were there before will be in your final product. Wonderful. So you have a product now that you can be not completely sure has any of these deadly microbes, but now has mercury, which the only places it's actually okay to have on the planet, mercury, is in vaccines, your tooth, or toxic landfill. So if you were to drop a vaccine at a vaccine clinic onto the floor, the hazmat guys would come in. You're not allowed to just pick it up if it's a mercury-containing vaccine. The hazmat people have to come and take that away. Yet we're okay to take a portion of that vial and inject it into a child, a 3-month-old child. How does that work?
It doesn't sound logical. And then
6-month-old actually.
there was also the issue with the different types of mercury, right? Is it methyl and ethyl, the two
Methyl and
different?
ethyl.
Yeah.
Apparently ethyl is good and methyl is bad, according to Paul Offit, senior vaccine scientist. But the fact of the matter is, once mercury is methylated, and like fish can methylate mercury and they can get rid of it. Once we demethylate mercury, it's in us until you do something called chelation, where you can put a chemical into the body that can grab onto it and pull it out through your urine. Otherwise, you're stuck with it. So in my opinion, all mercury is bad, shouldn't be put into humans, shouldn't be in our food sources, shouldn't be in our environment, except for in the look, you can even find uranium in nature, right? It's what people do to it to concentrate it and how they use it that becomes a problem.
Wasn't the issue that one of them, I don't know, it's methyl or ethyl mercury, leaves the body quicker?
Yes, it's ethyl mercury that leaves the body quicker, because methyl is a chemical that gets put onto it naturally. And apparently, I'm not an expert on mercury poisoning, but apparently methyl mercury we don't have the ability to excrete, but ethyl mercury we do. Yeah.
But wasn't there also an issue that it crosses the blood-brain barrier?
Well, anytime there's inflammation, anything can cross the blood-brain barrier. It's the aluminum that we really know crosses the blood-brain barrier, and that's still in vaccines today. And anyway, we'll get into blood-brain barrier if you want to. That's a whole other
Sure.
story. But yeah, so mercury, obviously, it can get into the brain. It's found in the brain. It can get into your adrenals and your other glands and important areas of your body. And even the thing is that even at such low levels can cause problems. No neurotoxin. Has no place for circulating or being deposited in the human body in any form.
But isn't it fascinating that they've done such a good job promoting this that people are going to get outraged at what you're saying? They've done such a good
Welcome
job.
to my life.
And you've got a lot of courage. And I want to commend you for that, because writing that book and being here talking about it takes a lot of courage. And it's from regular people who want to believe the vaccine. They're scarier than anybody. The people that are just rabid vaxxers. And they stand for science like they're the warriors for science, and they get very aggressive about it. And they don't even want to breach the subject. They don't even want to look at it. Because the more you look at it, if you're a logical, rational person without like a deep-seated ideology attached to vaccines, and you just looked at the reality of it, you just go, what is this?
Yeah.
Like, how did you trick people into injecting, how many a year now for kids? What is it?
In the 70s. I believe we're in the 70s.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And then you want to demonize anybody who says anything about vaccine side effects. You are the craziest of kooks. They come down you with the hardest publicity campaign. It's so transparent. You see it coming a mile away, and you're still shocked by how blatant it is. And no one wants to look at the actual issue itself. And no one wants to say, like, well, is she right? If you read your book, you go, is she right? Well, if you're right, and I think you're right, like, we've been lied to. And we've been tricked into thinking that this is all settled science. And that's what's infuriating. It's not that it's anti-science. It's like, this is not science. What you guys are doing is not science. You've subverted, you've perverted that notion. And you've done it in an amazing way. I mean, hats off to you. What they've done in terms of, like, brainwashing people to believe that all this is, it's not just necessary, but it saved millions of lives, and anybody that is against it in any way, shape, or form is a quack, and you should be deplatformed and never talked about again, and polite public society and cocktail parties, you'll be shunned.
Yeah. Well, the way they were able to get away with it is 226 years worth of propaganda, because the fact of the matter is that ever since the beginning of the smallpox vaccines, there have been vaccine deaths. The reason, and look, we've added, I brought you a special copy. This is a limited edition. In the 10th anniversary edition, we added 200 pages. We added a chapter called The White Plague. The White Plague is also tuberculosis. Tuberculosis was a side effect of the smallpox vaccine. Tuberculosis rates were rampant. And in fact, the inventor of the smallpox vaccine, his child died of tuberculosis, and so did his 2 test subjects that he used. And it was well known to follow smallpox. Lots of doctors talked about it. But in about 2 or 3 years after the vaccine was accepted in England, you hear doctors speaking out about it, cursing the day they ever agreed to do it to people, to children, to anybody. And so what happened is that the government came down harder and started making it mandatory and would take your furniture away and started intimidating the doctors. And that's an age-old thing as well. And I experienced it, and any doctor that's ever stepped out of line and said something bad about vaccines will either be intimidated or worse. So 226 years of propaganda, and so I'm just going to give you one example, and I'll give you a copy of this to have, and you can put it up later if you want. But in 1984, because there was so much going on in terms of the public learning about the problems with the diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis vaccine and the polio vaccines, that a federal register was issued by the government and went to all health departments in the United States, which is supposed to be just kept there and never circulated. And it said, quote, "Any doubts, whether or not well-founded, about the safety of the vaccination program must not be allowed to exist." That's literally what it said. It's straight out of,
George Orwell.
Lenin.
Yeah.
So you had that, and then you have the changing of the goalposts and the outright lies within scientism, because it's not science, it's a religion that calls itself science, and we still are a victim of that today. Most science today is sponsored by the very people that are going to profit from it. And I think, and even Jenner, who invented the smallpox vaccine, never did a scientific study. He never did a controlled study. He never did non-vaccinated people, vaccinated people, and then expose them to smallpox in a large enough group. He would cowpox them and then expose them to smallpox. And it was well known that smallpox followed cowpox. So it